Motorweek, a hot rod for the suburbs, Toyota's new mini ragtop, and a trip to paradise high road style. So come drive with us next.
Motorweek, television's original automotive magazine. Your host for Motorweek, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motorweek. We're glad to have you with us. One of the realities of family life is that you have to make a lot of compromises. Now, this can be pretty painful for a car enthusiast because performance must usually take a backseat to practicality. So even hardcore hot rod fans frequently end up in a safe, sane sport utility vehicle. That's great for the wife and kids, but hardly exciting, or so we thought. Then we got a call from our friends at Kenny Brown Performance and received an invitation to drive a very special SUV, one that really emphasizes the sports side of sport utility. And we don't mean off-road sports either, because unlike most folks that modify sport utes, hot rodder Kenny Brown is more concerned with 0 to 60 times than ground clearance. And his latest project, the Ford-based Kenny Brown Explorer GTS, makes that perfectly clear. Looking a bit moodier than the average family car, the GTS also isn't quite as in-your-face as the average Brown creation. Despite more monochromatic body trim, a set of big 17-inch alloy wheels wearing 55 series Dunlop tires, and some rather racy graphics. But peel back the sheet metal and you find the sort of automotive muscle that has made the Kenny Brown name. Ford's venerable 5-liter pushrod V8 is well known to an old Mustang tuner like Mr. Brown. And after a few well-thought-out tweaks, it now punches out 295 horsepower. The extra horses come courtesy of a Powerdyne supercharger, along with a set of high-flow SVO headers and free-breathing Borla exhaust system. The 4-speed automatic transmission is also beefed up with new valving and optional 410 gearing, and it all works very well. The hot rod drivetrain launched our rear drive prototype test machine 260 in only 6.3 seconds, 2 seconds faster than a stock machine. The sprint-oriented gearing, however, means that the quarter mile was dispatched in a close to stock 15 seconds at 89 miles per hour. Bottom-end power is awesome and instantaneous, but suffers a noticeable dip between first and second gears, and it tapers off quickly over 4,000 RPM. It's not much for top speed runs, but should be almost unbeatable from stoplight to stoplight. And once past traffic and onto twisty country roads, the powerful engine was remarkably drivable in all kinds of weather. Most sport utes display only average handling in the twisties, unless of course they ride on the GTS Explorer's dropped and tuned suspension. It sits 1.5 inches lower than stock, significantly easing the dreaded SUV step-up, and is controlled by heavy-duty Bilstein shocks, which with their hard European valving give the GTS a harsh hot rod style ride and increases the already substantial interior noise level. The trade-off is serious handling. The GTS turns in like a sports car and grips hard in corners without a sport ute's usually wobbly feel. But it's still pretty tall, and the hard front end's tendency to skip rather than slide over bumps makes this a machine for the experienced driver. Though any driver will be impressed with its poise and ability during emergency maneuvers. The only change to the brakes was a switch to heat-resistant carbon fiber brake pads, but the 130-foot average from 60 was little different from stock. We experienced plenty of nosedive despite the firmer suspension, but stability remained as good as ever. It's very user-friendly for a big bang specialty car, though no one who drives it is ever going to mistake it for your average sport ute. Even inside, where Mr. Brown's machines can also be equipped with options like Recaro sport seats or our test machine's carbon fiber interior trim. Wood is also available for the traditionalists. Each Kenny Brown Explorer carries dash-mounted plaques denoting its special edition status. If you want one of these special sport utes, you can contact Kenny Brown Performance directly at their Indianapolis, Indiana headquarters or work through our participating Ford dealer. You start with a specially equipped Explorer XLT V8, which costs $28,300. From there, Mr. Brown's full-blown hot rod treatment boosts the prices to $42,549. An all-wheel drive version is available for about $3,000 more. That's not cheap, though still much less than you'd pay for a high-end sport utes like Range Rover, and it buys a lot more on-road excitement. The Kitty Brown Explorer GTS is more than just another sport ute. It's a super sport ute, a tempting solution to the problem of being a performance car fan with family chores, and a good example of just how much sport a sport utility vehicle can really handle.